little bit higher and we're like the same height.
Oh, so you intentionally like went down a bit? I was just trying to make our chairs match. But you are
Oh,
taller than me.
Well, I'm taller than you, but I thought your chair was up.
It was.
Yeah. I made mine down so we'd be like this eye level and stuff,
Yeah. This
feeling
feels
good.
normal.
It does. I actually was laughing. I was chuckling when I walked in because I thought, oh my gosh, like I'm not wearing my usual outfit. I'm wearing like a collared shirt, like all nice and.
There is a t-shirt. I know a collared shirt.
Professionalism.
To be honest, your collar is kind of wackadoodle. I got
Thank you. You got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're good to go.
Yeah. I was actually giving blood here a little bit ago, and the lady goes, you know how I am. Like,
Did they struggle?
Yeah,
You've got deep veins.
They had to go get number 2.
Oh,
so the girl walks in, okay, and she doesn't have a name tag. She's got a sticker. And it says Claudia. It's basically
she's like the volunteer.
Well, and I looked at her. I go. How would you rate yourself on a scale 1 to 10? She goes, well, I'm really good. And I go, yeah, scale 1 to 10.
Did
and
you
I
really
could tell
ask
she
for
was.
that?
Yeah, because here's the thing. I mean, and you know this. Like, I have such deep veins.
You do.
I need professionals.
When you were in the
It's just
hospital,
gonna be painful
there was
for both of us.
one employee who worked there, and we would always be like, "Call Michael."
Michael.
Like they'd try, and we'd be like, "Look, we told you before you even
If
walked
I
in the
totally
room."
saw Michael in a
I
crowd,
know.
one, he's super tall.
Yeah.
And I would be like, Michael.
No,
I
literally,
love you,
we
bro.
saw him a lot, but
He came in. He literally. They had to use like that infrared scanning thing to find veins sometimes and stuff. But he would go on and he would just be like. Anyway, they called the second gal in, and I said, and I literally go, what's your name? Do you have a name tag? She goes, I do, and I could tell she had a lanyard on, so she unbuttoned her coat, and inside of it, it said, I think her name was Phoenix, actually.
Phoenix.
And so
That's Matt's son's name.
And so, and I go, oh, that's great. I said, that's Claudia. Because Claudia had a little
Had the
sticker.
name tag.
Because she had a sticker, and I knew she was new. And then I just asked her, I said, hey, are you, she goes, oh, I'm really good. She goes, I'm the best.
So
here.
did she get it?
One try.
Really?
Went right in. She was barely touching my arm. And I go, you got to be really confident because like you haven't really chatted. She goes, oh no, babe. She called me something like hun or babe. Oh no, hun. And she wasn't that old. She's like 29.
So we should get her name.
No. And
so
she
you can get her every time.
Well, no, I totally should. I'd be like, yeah, I need Phoenix to come in here.
Yeah.
Rise from the ashes, stab me in the arm, take blood one time.
Rise from the ashes.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. So yesterday I actually gave blood, and it's just regular routine blood checkups, but as you do.
As you do.
But I went in and there was a new girl. Well, she wasn't new. She's like, I'm certified. I'm whatever. But the doctor said like, hey, if you wouldn't mind, she's just got certified, and so we're trying to let her practice or whatever. And I was like, that's fine. Honestly, it was, because I'm like, people have poked and prodded me so much. My veins aren't that easy to find, because he's like, how easy are your veins? And so I was like, she can try. Well, it was hilarious because she went to try, and he goes, we'll have the other girl stand as backup if you can't get it.
Right.
Or to help you. So the other girl's there. And then the doctor had a medical student that was training that day. So we're about to take my blood. And the girl who's doing it has the second in line girl standing there for training. And then the doctor and the medical student came over to watch her too. And the doctor's like giving her pointers. And they're all standing there in this tiny little space. And I looked at the doctor because I know him well. And I was like, would you get out of here? I was like, talk about an audience. And the girl's literally like, I know. And I'm thinking, everyone move. I told her she could stab my arm, but not with 15 people watching. Now she's really going to fuck it up.
Yeah, no, that's how I felt.
So anyway, she did not get it. And the doctor was down the hall and he was like, you missed it? And she was like, or whatever. And he was like, you only get one try. And she was like, I know.
I hate, there are people who just sit and they wiggle it back and forth.
Yeah,
and
inside of you.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, it's like they're feeling like, they're like moving the needle to hit a vein and be like, oh, there must be a vein there. And then stabbing it, And I've seen them do that. And
oh, well, they've done that to me
I allow that for a few
too.
seconds.
And then you're like, okay.
And then I'm like, okay. And it's funny because when the girl pulled out, she looked at me and she's like, do you want me to get someone else? And I go, yeah, I think that's best for both of us. And again, I told her very upfront, I was like, hey, I've been in the hospital. I have very deep veins. They're really shot up. Like, I'm like a heroin addict, right? Like, Like I'm like, my veins are
you're
gone.
not.
What I mean is like my veins are shot up.
Anyway, no, they grow back. They get stronger.
Right. No, you're right. They get stronger. Mine have like shields on them.
Oh my gosh.
From being
they're scarred.
blown out so many times. Yeah. They're scarred.
Seriously.
They're scarred.
Anyway, well, that's good. Hopefully, a healthy, happy blood coming our way.
Yeah, I hope so.
Raving reviews going into the new year.
I know. I have a doctor's appointment
our
on Friday
health.
morning. Get
Yes.
my checkup before
Annual
the end of the year.
physicals, just like, hey,
Hopefully, there's no physical.
ready to go for 2026.
Yeah.
Hit the ground running. But yeah, we have been busy. It's like, aside from doctor's appointments,
First of all,
and blood draws,
the month of November,
a blink of an eye.
vaporized. Like I don't even know between Bree's wedding. Here's the thing. What did we really do? Did we do any? I mean, other than the wedding, what else did we do?
Well, I feel like my brain's dead right now, but yeah, I feel so. First of all, it was daylight savings, so that was crazy. We have been, going through the trenches with an infant sleep schedule as well as having a busy life.
She was sick.
Yeah, so she did. She got a cold, which she couldn't breathe very well, and you wish you could teach your infant how to blow their nose, but they can't.
No.
Oh, that's disgusting too. A snot sucker?
Yeah.
You've got to physically suck the snot out of your child's nose. Like, that's disgusting.
I mean, if the hose wasn't so long, I agree 100%.
Well, by the way, I'm not sure you did it once.
No. I'm going to leave all the snot sucking to you.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a mama-daughter, like a mama-child thing.
No, I don't know. It's like a dad.
You asked me to
big,
do it one
burly
time. And
yeah,
you're like,
I left
can you suck
town.
on this? And I'm like, I can't get it. I can't get it.
You were probably blowing.
Did you see your nostrils flare up?
That poor child.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had Bree's wedding, and then it was Thanksgiving, but something happened in between.
I don't know. That's why the month went so fast. I'm trying to think what happened after it. We originally were going to go to my brother's
For Thanksgiving
Day.
But it was
We
a
ended
lot
up
of travel.
canceling that. And then at the last second, your sister decided to get married before Thanksgiving because
Yes.
all the family would be in town.
Shocker for anyone listening, if you're friends or family and you didn't know, Jesse's married.
Yeah. Sorry, we just blew that one. Yeah, so they ended up getting married. So you flew out. I literally had to work from home for 3 days.
Yeah, so I went out to Seattle. So
We
it was
we
definitely
role switched.
First of all, my sister and her now husband have been together for years. They have a daughter together. It's amazing. And I've considered my brother-in-law and her husband for probably 4 or 5 years now. I mean, it's been a long time. And so anyway, they decided to make it official. They're going to have a big party. That's the plan, with a bunch of family and friends. But this was just very intimate with only the parents.
For the name of insurance.
And siblings. Well,
It runs
whatever
deep
works.
in your family.
Marriage for insurance. Yes, it does. Yeah. And so anyway, she was like, you know what? My mom and dad were planning on going out there for Thanksgiving anyway. So they're
Because
like, because we were going to be out of town. They would have never left.
We were a cascading effect.
We
Our
were.
decision led to multiple people's decisions.
Correct. And so anyway, they were going to be there. So then my sister called me, no joke, 2 weeks prior. And she was like, hey, totally get it if you can't make it. But by the way, I'm getting married and mom and dad are going to be here. And I'm like, well, what the heck? Now I got to try to get out to Seattle after we just had a crazy weekend in Pensacola for Bree's wedding. So you worked from home. It was very nice of you. And you were on full-time work dad duty. And you did admit it was frustrating when things didn't go exactly to
The
plan.
first 2 days were fine.
Frustrating is the wrong word, because we love our daughter, but it
Well,
can be,
you have work
you
to
want her to
do.
be happy. And if she's not sleeping, she's not happy, and you can't get work done. So
Right.
when the schedule gets fucked, everybody's life does too.
Right. And so, I'm not used to, I can come into the work late. I can leave early, but I get the majority of my work done. And I do get a couple hours early in the morning. That 5 to 7 is my sweet spot. Now she's eating into my sweet spot a little bit. This morning I got up at 4:30 so that I can get a good 2, because I figured she'd wake up at 6:30 and I had some early work that needed to get done. So I figured that that would get, that extra 2 hours. I get so much done in that 2 hours. I bet you that my early morning 2 hours, and I couldn't have my coffee because I had to get my blood taken. I had to be fasting.
Oh, see, I can have coffee usually because I have mine black, no cream, no sugar. So they always say to me, it's okay.
Yeah. And
It's
I
practically water.
basically have coffee with my cream and honey.
Exactly. We're the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we did. So, okay, back to going to Seattle because this was a crazy trip. I got there Monday night at like 10 p.m. The wedding was Tuesday, and I left at 6 a.m. for the airport on Wednesday morning, which that's a funny story too. So when I left for the airport, I scheduled an Uber. It was super early the day after the wedding. Everyone partied till like 1 a.m. We had a great time.
Seattle time.
Right. And so you're thinking.
I'm East Coast.
You're East Coast, and it was from Alaska Airlines. That's who I flew. And they put on their calendar invite that gets automatically sent to you.
Right.
They block off the time for you to get to the airport 2 hours early. Like their calendar block is like based on when you should be at the airport and your flight's 2 hours later. So I shared this block with Chris, and that morning, all he saw on his computer was that the calendar block had started, and he's thinking, I'm supposed to be on a plane, and I haven't. He called me like 3 times.
Yeah, I texted her. I said, "Hey, you on the way to the airport?" And then there was no response. And you're 3 hours behind me. And I'm like, okay, well, she should be up if she's headed to the airport for this flight. And so then I texted again, and I was like, hey.
And this is like going to be the day before Thanksgiving.
It's Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving.
He goes, I was already writing my angry text in my head about how you missed your daughter's first Thanksgiving.
Well, no, like missing the flight and not making it home for Thanksgiving
would have been.
I was. It's like
catastrophic.
It's like when you have dreams where I've done something wrong and you punch me the next morning and you're like, I'm so angry.
You were that mad.
I was that mad. I was already writing like literally the
hate mail.
How could you be so irresponsible and party late night?
So by the way, I wake up at 6 a.m. in Seattle and I have like missed calls from him, and he's like, what time is your flight or whatever? And I'm like, bro, it's 6 o'clock. I'm waiting for my Uber. I'm super responsible. I'm up and at 'em. My bags are packed. Like I'm on it. And I made my flight and I got home, and it was a much better flight coming home than going there because I did have an experience where the person next to me, I was middle seat.
He had to pull the bag out.
He was the window, and unfortunately,
I've never seen anyone pull the bag out.
No, he used the bag. And it was so traumatizing.
I feel like that's a catastrophic thing. Like just the smell starts triggering others. It becomes vomit
the girl
fest.
next to me.
It's
so
like,
first of all, like I said, he was by the window. And sometimes people are like, you'd get up and go to the bathroom. But I was actually saying it last night while I was out. And the girl was like, she goes, getting to the bathroom isn't much better. Those bathrooms are pretty disgusting. You're almost better off puking in the bag. And I'm like, ugh. I was like, all of it is just so nasty.
I would have puked in the bag in the bathroom just to save face.
True. But so anyway, I'm like in the middle, and all I see is this air stewardess come over with another bag. And she's like, an extra just in case. And I'm thinking, oh God, please don't hand him another bag. But so anyway, then he picks up his full bag and like over me.
Oh, no.
He hands it to the air stewardess. And I'm like,
were you just like, who? Like I could just see someone
literally.
having their hands like,
So I mean, when I tell you I'm traumatized, so then the guy's next to me and he's like not asking to get up. And I'm like, okay, like play it cool.
You want to wash your hands, bro?
Like anything. Do you want to
do in the middle row?
I'm in the middle seat.
Oh, God.
It's so bad. And so I'm like just sitting there like he's surely. And this, when I tell you he's sweating, I mean, he is like dabbing his whole face. And I'm like, bro, are you okay? And we're like an hour from landing. Like we are not that close.
Yeah.
So out of nowhere, he stands up, and me and this girl.
Moved faster in your life.
Never in my life have we moved. She had her laptop all set up and
most of the time
and we were like, pick up all your shit. I was like, get it out of the way. okay.
Most times someone they tap you and you're like, oh,
Right.
you got to
No,
go. And you're
we
just like
were ready.
rolling out of
We
your
were
seat,
waiting.
taking your time.
It was
You're like,
so bad.
You're
So
just disgusted. Here, you're like, yes, thank you.
my cell phone stand dropped.
This conversation's making me queasy.
Okay, sorry. You can stop it.
Yeah, I'm. The problem is I'm visualizing it because
Stop.
I visualize all my conversations.
You've got to stop.
And that's all I see.
Well, the girl next to me was 19. She's like, I never travel much. And she was like, my last flight, the girl in front of me was throwing up. She's like, I think it's Florida, like people coming from Florida. And I was like, no, honey, I'm almost 40. This has never happened to me. I think it's you. She's taken 2 flights in her life. I was like,
people are throwing up around her.
Yeah. I'm like,
She probably does have the funk.
you just ripped off your
Yeah, just got to do it.
You're over it.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, it ended up being a wonderful trip. But I was anxious then because I'm like, did the guy have the plague? Am I going to bring this plague stomach flu?
Right.
And, a lot. And I was fine and everyone else was fine. And it's oftentimes it could just be a hangover or equilibrium or whatever. But oof. Anyway, he never came back to his seat for the rest of it. Once he did his emergency get up, he never returned.
Really?
So that was thank God.
I wonder if he found another seat somewhere.
Well, the girl said to me, she was like, there's some empty seats in the back by the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, please.
Yeah, he stayed there. That's probably good for everyone.
Yeah. But you worked from home while I was there and it was busy.
First of all, let me tell you something. You've been holding out on me. And for those of you who work and you have a significant other who's the other one that works, right? So one person stays home, the other person's out working and doing whatever.
I'm a stay-at-home mom right now.
You're
kind of, because
mom.
I'm working quite a bit, actually. I'm
right.
trying my
But you're at
hardest.
home and
Yes, I am.
you go on these walks. And the way in my mind that I always frame these walks was it's like a walk of necessity. She's out, she's got to, entertain Abigail. She's got to, well, I go on this walk because you go on these walks and it's walk. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take her for a walk. And I get out and the sky's blue. The weather's amazing.
Yeah.
I got the stereo going. I'm just sitting there. I'm getting some exercise. She's just chilling. And I'm like, this is the best thing ever in my life. It's 10 o'clock on a Tuesday.
It's you go at the right time where it's not too hot and it's not too cold and the sun is shining and the fog has cleared and
that sounds like a song.
The sun is shining and the fog has cleared. No, it's beautiful. I love going for my walks. In fact, on Wednesdays, because I do come into the office and my mom comes to watch her, my mom takes her for her walk and I don't get my walk on Wednesday and I hate it.
You can tell a difference. I'm telling you, I did the walk and I felt great. I was like, this really made my day. Just of getting out in the middle of the day and doing something for myself.
And I will tell you, it doesn't matter how tired I am from the night before, if she kept me up, or even if I was out partying, not that I'm out partying all the time, but I have had a couple of events lately.
Yeah.
Last night I went out and first of all, with my girlfriend who's about to leave for Christmas for a month. She's my best friend in town. So I was going to go out and say bye to her before she left. And it was pretty low key. I mean, I was home by 10. Okay.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, look.
It was
low key.
We went out at 7. You cooked dinner first.
She comes in dressed to the nines.
I'm not dressed to the nines.
Okay.
I threw on
your
a
friend.
poncho. Oh, yeah.
She comes in. She's all dolled up. And I'm sitting here thinking, goodbye party night? Then, of course, you're
That's how she always dresses.
Oh, of course.
And you kind of attest to that.
I can attest. Look, huge difference when you go black dress. If you have a regular dress and you're going out and you've dressed up, but you're wearing
it was nighttime.
a different color, right? Nighttime. When you switch to black dress, it's party time.
Anyway, we walked around the corner to the Tamiami
I'm
Tap,
surprised
and
you
then
didn't throw on a black dress. You threw on a dark green dress, which just looked probably black when you were out.
I almost threw on a black dress, but I didn't want us to match. But anyway,
exactly.
So
Party
I am very sweet. When you're out with your friends, you're just like,
I don't go out with friends.
You went out with Matt W the other day.
That's once every 5 years.
Well, it was nice. You went out and you tested little bites
that was a
and
great
you bar
night.
hopped. Anyway, he goes out. I'm not getting any texts like, hey, everything okay at home? Because he knows everything's okay at home. But I leave and I'm like, hey, is everything okay? Did Abigail go to bed? And all I get is this text back, no, everything is not okay.
No. First of all, I'm sitting there. Everything's going smooth. We're having a great time. I go to make her a bottle,
There's no
and
formula.
there's no formula in the machine.
That was a huge mix-up, but we've been
no
all
big deal.
over the
no
place.
big deal. I open up the cabinet. No formula in the cabinet. And I go, no big deal. I'll go upstairs. I go upstairs to where our utility closet is, where usually, but matter of fact, when you open this utility closet, there's a dozen Kleenex. There's 5 soft
It's where we
subs,
keep all of our stuff.
There's wipes. There's toilet paper.
We have
There's paper
extras.
towels. There's soaps. There's shampoos. And who stocks that? I stock that.
I do too.
No, you don't.
I stock the formula.
You stock the formula, which doesn't exist.
I must
So now
have missed it.
I'm
We
starting
went-
to panic a little bit because it's like I got her, you're gone, and I'm like, I guess I could go to the store or whatever. So then I go to plan, and then at that moment, I look at my phone because I'm angry. And I'm like, I am going to text. And you just happen to text and say,
By the way,
"Is
so my
everything
girlfriend's
okay?"
going, I'm going, oh shit, he doesn't have formula. My girlfriend who's with me goes, well, I don't know why you chose. Well, I had just, so you guys, I've been craving a whiskey sour for, I can't even, how long have I been talking about it?
Like,
I haven't had one. I don't have like
Every day
liquor
for
drinks for weeks. So my whiskey sour comes to the table as the texts come back. No, I am not okay. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to
So
ruin
I
my
sent you
fucking
pictures.
whiskey sour.
You
I've
asked
been
if everything was
waiting for
okay. I sent a picture of the
empty formula. And so now I'm panicking. The kid doesn't have
empty
food.
shelf.
And I'm
And
like,
I go,
oh my
no,
gosh.
I am not okay.
So I was like, oh my gosh, and so I'm
By this
worried.
point,
I'm
I've
trying to
already
find
gone
formula.
to-
I'm going to get an Instacart delivered to you, and you're like, no,
I've
that'll
already
wake her
gone
up.
to the diaper bag because I'm like, okay,
There
should be a
formula.
little bit in
Yes.
there to
And
get
there
me
was.
through.
There
but
was.
then when you called, you were like, hey, we just brought back the other machine
From the lake.
From the lake.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, we're going to be okay.
Yes, I knew where
Because in the
backup
garage,
was. We have a
there
Brezza.
was
A Brezza.
a bunch in there.
So anyway, I was sitting there and I go, oh my gosh. I was like, this is ruining my whiskey sour. It just came and I can't even enjoy it. And my girlfriend looked at me and she was like, that's your problem. I don't know why you chose to text your husband the minute your whiskey sour got ordered. Like you needed to see what was going on at home.
Seriously. What the funny thing is that I was going to probably text you those pictures anyway.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, and just be like,
Trust me, you
WTF.
would've.
Oh
You-
gosh,
you would've.
I was a freight train, and you just asking teed it up to be more dramatic for me. I was just like, yeah. Not
I will
only-
say, like, you could have a broken leg and I'd be like, you okay? You'd be like, yeah, I'm
I'd send
all
a picture
right.
and just be like, what's missing out of these pictures? Food.
For our child.
Meanwhile, I just finished eating 2 pork chops, and she's playing next to me, and literally we're in the living room. I'm
I
eating pork
bought
chops.
2 pork chops, like, hey, you can make one for yourself. I made sure he had food in the house for dinner. And he's looking at me like, how am I supposed to eat? And I'm like, how am I supposed to make dinner? I'm like, well, how do you think I eat every single day?
When we make dinner, either it's a team effort.
I'm talking about during the day.
We don't eat
No,
during the day.
I don't.
You don't. A piece of rolled up ham, turkey, little yogurt.
I hate lunch meat. Ever since you got your turkey breast that was like sliced.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I'm a little bit off the ham and turkey and stuff. I'm not sure why right now, but maybe because I just haven't been to the store. Speaking of which, are you going to the store at all today?
sure.
Okay, check the list. We got to have some things on there for you.
But we came home from Seattle. It was Thanksgiving. We hope everyone had
I spatchcocked the turkey.
wonderful Thanksgiving. You did spatchcock our turkey.
Yeah.
And
I brined it.
yeah.
I brined it early in the morning.
So brined. I mean,
Sold out.
MVP.
MVP.
I'm not
It
even.
really.
We're not sitting here to boast our own product because we
100%
surprised.
need to be boasting our products on
Yeah.
the show.
But we surprised ourselves, and we had brined. We have the company called Dusted. Brined was our Thanksgiving edition seasoning blend.
Yeah, it's a seasonal
for
blend.
brining a turkey. I mean, you could brine a chicken year round; it would be
Yeah.
delicious. But we gave it. First of all, a ton of it sold out. Our sales rep did an amazing job getting it, into the market. But also, we had some family and friends that wanted to try some. We talked to them about it. And the amount of feedback that came back, people were like, every single one of my guests said, like, that was
Best
a
turkey
really
ever.
special turkey this year. And I was sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm the type of person, if I'm going to cook something for an event, especially like
an
the
event.
main meat, I am not
You're
trying
going to have
something
vetted it
new.
before.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm going to definitely
You want to make sure it's going to work.
yeah, I'm not trying something new. So when we had friends and family texting us saying, "Oh, it was so amazing," I was like, "I am shocked. You did this for 30 guests and you didn't even know
Whether
like,
it was
if it was
going
to be good or not."
Now, I mean, here's the thing is like, it is good.
It's amazing.
So,
And we told them it was because we have
because
used it
I've
prior
used it
and we
multiple
knew.
times.
Yeah.
So that was like the saving grace. But I'll tell you what, we're super happy, excited for next year. Going to definitely make a lot. We're going to sell pallets next year.
Oh, yeah. Especially with all this amazing feedback we just got.
Oh, yeah.
And I know, not like this, because it's Thanksgiving, like the people who used it, because you do find it and everyone's like, "Oh my God, that was such a special turkey." Like they'll want to use it again next year.
Yeah.
Like their guests will be like, "That turkey last year," you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it'll be good. But we went, speaking of being unprepared, first of all, we hadn't even gone to the grocery store we were going to make our own Thanksgiving meal because we were just going to do it the three of us.
You were
It was like-
gone. I couldn't get there.
I was just been with my
Thank
family.
the Lord,
We've
I
just
bought
been
a
with your
turkey
family. I
over the
know.
previous weekend, and I just happened to pull it out. Like it
I
was
know.
like,
So we went to go to the grocery store that morning and you're like, "Publix is open for half a day." And I'm like, "No, it's not." And he's
I could
still
have swore Publix was open.
anyway,
half a
even
day.
though I Googled it, he had to Google it himself. He did not believe me. And so I ended up going to Whole Foods, which is open because they sell
sell
dinners.
turkey dinners.
They make
like,
the dinners.
You
You
go,
can
you pick
cater
them
it.
up.
Yeah.
So they're open till 1:00 or
right.
something.
And so we went and literally bought groceries that morning, came home, prepped, cooked, and then we ended up going to the lake for a few nights, which was
Yeah.
great, and saw some old neighbors and friends and had a great time. So we'll go back
We
there
had the
for-
smallest Thanksgiving we've ever had in our lives.
I mean, it
There's the three
can't
of
get
us.
smaller.
It can't. It only could have been smaller if it was just the two of us.
I'm glad it wasn't.
And the funny thing
I know,
was, it
this
was
is
the two of
Abigail.
us because
It was- Abigail was
slept.
napping.
We timed it so that she would be napping.
Yes, it
and
worked out
The turkey,
perfectly.
everything came out of the oven, and we just kind of ate it all. And
Yeah.
put everything in to go.
But it was really nice. I mean, what's crazy is that we both used to be like hosts of the holiday, and we have a lot of family. We could have been places, like we said, we could have been in North
Well,
Carolina.
we got two big events
We
this
could
month.
have been in Michigan. My cousin hosts a nice one with my aunt and uncle, and my mom and dad went to Seattle, and they were with my sister and her husband's whole family. And so, anyway, lots of opportunities for future gatherings, but. This year, it had been a lot of family leading up to it. And yes, we've got Christmas coming where we're going to be hosts.
Yeah, we're hosting for Christmas, so we'll have a dozen adults probably at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it'll be a great day.
And the parade and everything. But business, I mean, it's interesting around the holidays. It's like, I feel like every company needs to kind of prepare for the holiday season, unless you're selling Santa Clauses. I mean, things do slow.
This is going to be the hardest. This will be probably the hardest Christmas we go through as a company. And if we remember, kick back to last year, we were like, "Hey, we want to be a company. We want to give 2 weeks off." And we had a handful of software contracts, and it was like, but we had contracts that paid every Monday. Like all of our contracts in the software side pay weekly.
Well, and
So-
let's just be clear. We do have some employees that work overseas on the development side of the business.
And they're on a different schedule than us.
Who-
so they still work, and
Right.
they're doing things.
So while in America here, we do take 2
in
weeks off.
America, we take 2 weeks off.
We come into America.
And so, thank you for that. We got another business that we bought, and so there's no contracts. Work comes in, and the people that are there do the work. And if they're not
Well, it's
there
the
to do the
t-shirt
work,
printing company. It's like
Yeah.
it's a physical item that you are creating and receiving. So
Yeah.
it's like the work it cannot be done on a computer. It can't be done remote. You can't have someone emergency sign in, and you can't have just one person go in either because these are huge machines, and it's like there's
Right.
multiple people who are working on different
And so we
aspects
should
of
be-
production.
we should be saving all year long to cover payroll for the 2 weeks that they're off. But we didn't have that time.
Because we didn't have the company.
We didn't
all
have the
year
company
long.
all year long.
Right.
So, and we kind of picked up the company at the beginning of the slow season.
Right.
We got like some of the bigger orders when we first acquired it that were in process. But then after those went through, like it was like, this is the way it works. And if you look at the books in the previous years,
It's matching.
it matches. Like it goes down. Thanksgiving week, it goes down. Week after Thanksgiving, slow. Boom, it pops up for a couple weeks, dies
Holidays,
down.
yeah.
Month of January, slow 50% of every other month, right? Like, and so we knew that. Now, the good news is that we've been doing all kinds of advertisements and commercials and video and building up mailing lists to build clients for January. Like, I literally look, I'm like, hey, everything we're doing now is to get, I go, if we get 30 clients to place a $500 order with us, I'm sorry, a $1,000 order with us, then we create $30,000 of revenue that we wouldn't have had in January. Like, that's the goal.
Well, and it's crazy. So a lot of, like I said, unless you're selling Santas, a lot of businesses work like this. Like even in real estate, it's like season typically picks up in March. Season for the snowbirds to come and visit, the Florida area is like, okay, they have Thanksgiving at home with their family.
Yeah, they come December, January.
Right. They come December, January. They're here enjoying the nice weather. They might look at some houses, but they're not buying them. They're just here, or they're vacationers, or they already own and they are snowbirds just going back and forth. But when people actually make the decision to buy, it's like the transactions spike in every state. It's not even just Florida.
Well, transactions typically spike for homes before the school year because everyone wants to relocate to new districts.
True.
So usually your July, August months are your biggest closing ones because people are they're trying to do it when their kids are not in school.
Yeah. And even like services and nice to haves, and stay cool is like, if you need air conditioning, you need air conditioning. But if you need like your pool cleaned, these are things that unless you've got the services already and it's budgeted into your, monthly payments, you're not going to sit there when you're buying Christmas presents and go, what we could really have is a cleaning lady. It's like these things people sit there, even, nails and hair. It's like you might get it done once for a Christmas party or something if you can. But otherwise, you're like, I got to buy Christmas presents. I can't be getting my nails done right now. I think and everybody, especially after the government shut. Why are you laughing? I'm going to get my nails done.
I know you are. I know you are. I can't afford to get my nails
I felt
done.
like you were smirking at me because of that comment, and I was just making general statements.
I know.
Wasn't necessarily talking about me. By the way, I'm also getting my house cleaned. So.
I know. There's so much room.
But everyone's getting macaroni necklaces for Christmas this year. So.
Exactly. Everyone is getting macaroni necklaces.
Yeah. I'm going to make homemade cookies and be like, hey, I really tried hard.
Yeah. We got this piece of meat.
No, you guys. So, okay.
Restaurant
this
Depot.
is really funny. So it's Abigail's first Christmas. She's not, she will not be old enough to really remember or conceptualize what's going on. And so like, as she develops, it's like when your baby is that small, they kind of go
gifts.
through these phases because
we're buying her things.
Well, it's like, hey, they need to learn how to walk. Like get
I
them
got
something to help
cool
them do that.
rings for her. She's got like this play area and like these
She
rings.
pulls herself up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he keeps, we've given her these things that she could use right now because where she's at developmentally. And he keeps on wrapping the empty boxes and putting them under the tree for her. It's a Christmas present. We just
It's
gave
her
it
Christmas
to her
presents.
early.
Like she's not going to know.
Oh my
like
gosh.
the most exciting thing's going to be the box.
I know.
And the wrapping. So
Which
I'm
is
like,
true.
hey, like we'll just keep wrapping.
Yes,
She's got
we're
like
not
2 or 3
overdoing
gifts
it.
now.
I know. Yes.
Empty boxes.
For
Some
sure.
stuff has like parts in them still.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also a great storage place for the next 30 days.
True.
It's like, where do you put these
Looks
boxes?
nice.
It's kind of like, you just throw them on the tree.
I know. I know. That's nice. But we've got the Christmas parade coming up this weekend, which we love to go to with family and friends. You go way over the top.
Yeah, we have this year. So since the wedding, I have been repurposing all of the items that I made. I've been reusing them. I used a lot of the aisle stuff. I cut up these pieces. I made concrete things for the stanchions for our area. The green grass that was part of the center aisle, we're actually putting it along Main Street. In our area is going to have the green grass and our red carpet and all of our chairs and the area marked off. And I got the sign holder thing. And yeah, I'm just reusing a lot of things and having a good time. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He can't not have a project, but it's nice when the projects are like on his own accord or his
I'm
idea.
actually thinking that literally after Christmas dinner, because there's going to be some projects probably in the garage for Christmas dinner.
Like
literally
clean the garage so we can have a Christmas dinner.
Seriously, like I don't even know where everything's going to go.
Me
but
either.
but kind of thinking through it, it's kind of like I don't really have any other big projects to do other than we have to move this office. And it came up
That's
on the huddle this morning.
quite a big project.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking to myself, this 2 weeks off is not going to be 2 weeks off for you. You're going to be moving.
I will probably be doing some. I'm really going to try to take the time off.
So for everyone listening, the company that we acquired is right down the street from our current office.
Yeah.
And we're going to be combining the two into the building. I mean, it's a huge space.
Yeah, we're going to end up moving in.
And so, but there are things that need to be done to the building in advance prior to us going
and I'm
over there.
thinking that we should probably stay here for another couple months. I just think this from my stress levels. Here's the thing: we'd be moving at the low cash point of our company,
Right.
And it makes more sense to pay for a couple more months and get to where we have high cash. Because then it's like, okay, we spend some money versus spending money when it's like, hey, we're trying to conserve money.
Yeah.
And I think that's the better decision.
Well, and it's like we truly have to be ready. Like a move is a distraction for everybody involved. Even, gosh, this year, knock on wood, we were so lucky we didn't have any major hurricanes come into the area or any major storms. And so
luck. The best case scenario is hurricane comes, does a lot of light damage.
all I was going to say is
Couple $100 million gets poured into the economy. That's best case.
But all I was going to say is when we had to prepare for the hurricane, it was a lot of work for everyone in the office. We were all like packing up boxes.
Well, because I wasn't sure this building would survive.
Yeah. No, I know.
With the windows. I mean, there was a window in the front that was glass. Like I ended up boarding up the windows. Me. Not my building, but I was too worried about like
all
what
the
it would
stuff
cost
inside.
me to redo it. Yeah, I just couldn't.
I know. Or just be out of business. Even if it was like, they were like, hey, I can fix it. I mean, we're not a remote.
Or we end up going remote and it's like, everyone's like, oh, I really like it at home. And like, yeah, well, can't stay home.
Oh, I really like it at home. No, I don't think we would have. No, it's not. I'd rather be
No,
in the
you'd
office.
rather be in the office.
I would 100% rather be in the office. Yeah.
Yeah. So really the balance of this year is going to be, really kind of working on client pipelines. There are a lot of people aren't making decisions, but we can kind of tee them up and get them ready. I've been pushing hard.
Everyone's doing budgets or should have already done budgets.
They're all doing budgets. So
like
I got fresh money.
Yeah. Well, for 2026, they might sit here right now though and go, oh, we're a little over budget for 25, or like we can't make decisions. We're not going to invest in anything new. It's very rare you'd find a company that's like, we got a couple extra $1,000 we can spend this year.
Well, and we're giving a big presentation on home inspections tomorrow. We acquired home inspections. And we've been knocking out the software. We're giving a presentation to the second largest franchise home inspection company tomorrow afternoon. And then a part of me is like home inspection is a huge part of my vision, but at the same time, it's on the fringe. And it's if they literally offered me a check, they're like, you know what, we need to deploy capital before the end of the year. I sat there and I thought, what would I say to them? Would I take it? Yeah, I take it.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah. Probably should.
If I could turn a return, get a good return.
Yeah.
I probably would.
For sure.
We'll see what happens.
Cross your fingers.
But yeah, I mean, client pipelines, presentations. I'm doing a big Kaloop investor push for the balance of the year.
I started doing some marketing.
Which is like the worst time to ask people for money. It's like during the holidays but here's the thing. People
we
that
just
are
came off
entertaining-
of the trade show circuit too. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
It's like there's been a ton of conferences and trade shows. People go there. It is end of the year, but it does allow for people's like minds to start turning about, okay, what do I need? What new vendors? How do I want to become more efficient in 2026? And so, I mean, while it sucks to ask for money or whatever, it's still.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no great time to ask people for money. But definitely the worst time is at Christmas.
You're quite far away from your microphone.
No, the microphone can hear me, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm very confident. And I was looking at my close rate. My close rate's like 40-something% on people who I've talked to.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. So it's just, but here's the thing is like also everyone's qualified, right? So I'm not wasting my time with unqualified people, right? So, and even the email I just sent out here recently, I put the dollar amount in it just because, so people were be like, hey, yeah, I can't, busy, like I'd rather them just tell me like, hey, it's not too much. Yeah. Than pretend and entertain, be like, yeah, I'm really interested. And by the way, I was on the phone with my contact to the food industry, and he's like, I asked him, I was like, hey, would you be interested? And he was like, yeah, send me information. And he's like, oh, I have my team look at it. They're awesome. They own a huge food conglomerate, right?
I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm following along.
Okay. I'll tell you later. And so he basically, I'm on the phone with him at a call. He's the call I had at 10 o'clock yesterday. And I was in the car and I'm talking to him and he has rescheduled this secondary follow-up. He already said, hey, another deal came my way. We're going to go with this other deal for now, but let's follow up. And so I've probably done another 2 months of follow up and he has punted the call. And so finally he probably realized like, I can't punt this call forever. So he has this call. And he's like, yeah, I'm probably out right now, but it doesn't mean I'm out forever. And he goes, it's not a no. I looked right at him and I was like, I didn't look at him. I was talking to him. I go, bro, I didn't say bro. I said his name. I said, you gave a no. You're a no. I go, under what circumstances would you change your mind? He's like, well, if you get more acceleration. And I go, yeah. So you want to invest when there's no risk. Well, guess what? There's no opportunity when there's no risk. I'm not going to just hand you over something. Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, I won an extra 25 grand. So come invest. By the way, we're on our track to do $1 million for the year. Like, no, investment's over.
Right.
And so I told him that. And I was very obviously professional about it. But I was just point blank. I was like, no, you're telling me it's a no. So let's just call no a no. And let's not sugarcoat it. And he laughed. He's like, yeah, you're right, I guess. I go, no, it's not, I guess. I go, I'm right. Which leads me to this thing.
You're so blunt.
Yeah. And it was so funny because I was watching this Grant Cardone thing came up in my feed. And this guy, Grant Cardone was talking. And he said, he goes, I went to college. He goes, nothing good came from college. I did this. And, I'm not sure that college is good. And the interviewee, you can hear him. And he goes, yeah, I don't know if my experience matches. He goes, and I went to college, and Grant Cardone cuts him off. And he goes, but who's interviewing who? I was just like, and then it had like a skull picture and it was like showing like Grant Cardone's like a badass in terms of the way he shut down this guy that was interviewing because he's like trying to integrate his life. And he's like, yeah, but we're here interviewing me.
Right.
Not you.
Right.
So your college experience means nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'm the billionaire and you're the thousandaire. So, and the way he shut him down was pretty big, but I will say
feels a little mean.
You know what? I would say
I'm not that kind of person. Like I would sit there
you've
and be
made
like,
people cry.
Stop saying that. You brought it up the other day. It's like so weird.
It's like a trophy. I feel like you got like 3 trophies.
I'm not proud of it. You're proud of it.
I'm so proud of you. I am.
Thank you.
When I tell people that, it's just like, I'm like, hey, it's my wife. She makes people cry.
No.
Yeah.
No.
She's hardcore.
I'm not. I'm really nice. I can get passionate about what I'm doing. But what I was going to say is everyone has different experiences. Like to sit there and be like, if you said everyone goes to college with the mindset that they're going to come out and be a billionaire, that would be crazy to me. Because for me, like college doesn't really at any one point teach very good entrepreneurship. Like,
no.
And I don't believe that you can become a billionaire in very many ways. You're either going to have a lot of real estate and buy and sell real estate or rent, or you're going to own your own company.
You're going to inherit it.
Sure,
or
but
get a
leg
leg up. You're going to get a leg up.
But I'm talking about the people who did not inherit it. And
they worked a lifetime on very hard, or they were in the right place at the right time.
Right. It could be luck.
And again, they worked really hard.
In this,
no one just gets like
in this world, social media has changed a lot too, where you're able to become much more wealthy at a younger age than I think was ever possible before.
And you know what? I think there's a huge farce there. There's a couple guys that I've followed and have watched, and I've watched some kind of like them in some conversations, and they're like YouTube personalities, and millions of views, and they're young millionaires, and they're talking. And they go, yeah, but what you don't realize is that for the first 500 videos, I think I might even have sent this to our team. They're like, we had 50 followers.
Yeah, we talked about
from the first 500. And so you sit there and you go, you have to get to the tipping point. Something magical happens that then explodes. And then people go, oh my gosh, this person's been around. And they look back at your 500 episodes and they go, wow, they're validated. They put in their 10,000 hours. Like they're not just a fly by night. This isn't a one-off, type of thing. And they have other content to support it. Mm-hmm. By the way, the guy that I'm talking about, who didn't mention the investor who I said knows a no, he got approached by that guy in a parking lot.
Oh,
Wasn't
same.
really sure who he was, but he kind of knew who he was. But he got approached. He was like, "Hey, how'd you make your money?" Because he was obviously driving a Ferrari, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't want to be interviewed or whatever like that." And so I guess his kids were like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
Like you could have talked about our stuff. You could have talked about our seasonings. You could have talked." He's like, "You could have brought so much attention to millions of people."
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
Well, but you don't know. You sometimes sit there too because it could be anyone coming up to you on the street, and if
And
you
to
didn't,
put icing on the cake here, so he had a chance to invest in Bay of Water. Or
I
something
feel like
this.
you're a little bitter.
No. I'm just sharing
I
conversation.
know, I'm joking.
I'm you know me. I'm not. I don't get bitter.
I know.
I'll talk about
Anyway,
everything.
bit of water.
So he had this Bay of Water, whatever. Well, it sold for $5 billion, whatever. And he had a chance to get in the middle. And he was talking, and he told me this in the beginning, which is why I've been trying to get them. I was like, hey, give me some numbers. What do we need to hit revenue wise for you to buy Dusted from us and make it part of your food group, right? And he has yet to do that. And I remind him of this all the time. Anyway, so he told me about how he missed out on the water, which is why I brought up, well, don't miss out on Dusted. You know, we have a big plan, blah, blah, blah. So when he said no, and I said no, I said, hey, don't worry. I will ship you a bottle of Kaloop water to put next to your Bay of Water. And he was like, he's like, well, like he was like, that's really tough. And we were laughing. Like,
Yeah.
First of all, I actually talk to him quite often. Like, it's not like a guy who it's like a one-off. We have a conversation and I'm like rude or anything. I can poke him a little bit. Matter of fact,
course.
when I'm headed up to the food show, he's like, hey, let's go do lunch. Let's have let's get
Yeah.
together. So like I think we have a good relationship, but I think it was Alex Ramosi. I saw something that he had put out in one of his clips. He goes, the best revenge you can have is just success.
Success. Yeah.
He's
for
like,
sure.
if you ever get caught up where you're just like, you want to get someone back because they rejected you or this or that, he goes, really just be successful. Like he goes, get to the point where you just don't care anymore.
Well, it's like, it's so funny. I don't know why that reminds me of this, but it's like these memes where it's like, imagine hating me and I'm just at home, like, here with my cat or something. Like, it's like someone sitting there like so bitter, so upset,
Yeah.
or like hates this
And they're not
person.
even thinking about you.
And someone, one of my girlfriends from Pilates the other day was like, imagine hating me and I'm just in my Pilates class and it's like you put your feet in straps in the end and your feet are just like swinging in the air and you're like, I was like, literally, like, you're just moving on with your life, you know, and you're being successful or healthy or relaxed or, you know,
Yeah.
unplugged, and you're like very content with your life. And this other person's like that person, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
But I know it is. But we're running out of time here, or we're over time, but we were talking about college, and all I was going to say is that I do believe that college gives good experiences. I truly do. Like, it allows for you to move away from home, but be in a community of people who are similar ages and similar phases in their life. And I think you learn a lot about paying bills. And it's things you could learn not going to college too, like 100%, like going and getting an apartment or whatever else. But it's like allows for you to live with people, learn a little bit more about yourself. But for me, I don't sit there and go, college was intended to make me a millionaire. Like, there's trade schools you could go to, you know, learn more about running
Absolutely.
your own business. And there's other things that you can do. So I don't think it's like, oh, well, I'm a billionaire, or you're interviewing me, or I don't necessarily agree with that mentality, because most people in the world are not trying to be millionaire. Is it nice to have money? Yeah, but no one's actually putting the work in. People are content saying, I'm going to be a lawyer and I'm okay with how much money I make.
Okay,
Or
you just picked a thing where a lot of lawyers are, well, they used to be able to get to millionaires. The lawyers are going like,
okay, well,
dodo.
I meant a receptionist. Like, someone who could be a receptionist, but you don't need to go to college to be a receptionist.
And I guarantee you they're buying a lottery ticket with goals to become a millionaire.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be well off, I think.
They do, but like not
That
everybody's
doesn't necessarily
willing to
mean
put the work
That doesn't mean $1
in.
million necessarily.
There's a lot of people who make, you know, anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 a year that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You're looking at them.
But you're trying to accelerate, you know, through business, the amount of income that you can bring in each year. But there are people
Right.
who sit there and go, I'm content.
It's interesting because
That's all I'm trying to
there
share.
are people, and people around me, are close people, right? And they're like, oh, I make this. And I'm like, oh, and they're wanting more. And I sit there and I go, wow, if you only, and I'm pretty sure that they assume that I pay myself a lot more. And the reality is we don't.
No.
And so, we live within our means and we're focused on growing the company. And I sit there and I go, wow, we're actually able to accomplish quite a bit.
Well, it's amazing. I'll never forget when I very first moved out here and I was making like, I don't know if I was under 30 grand or it was low. I mean, minimum wage didn't even exist. Like it was so different. But
It was like the 1800s when minimum wage didn't exist. You're working at Jimmy John's. You got a Jimmy John's salary.
no, I'm talking about when I first started in customer service. I was like probably at 30 grand, including bonus or something. And at a corporate company. And I was like, this is the most money I've ever made. I was like, sweet. And I was out with I played kickball and was out with this like pharmaceutical sales rep. And they were talking about this other girl. And they were like, oh my gosh. I mean, I don't even know how she lives. She makes like $35,000 a year. And I think the Becky of today would have been embarrassed and would have been like, not said anything at all, just thinking like, oh my God, like if they were talking like, over a million, how do they live? They do. Then I'd be like, oh God. But I was like, oh, I make less than that. I live just fine. I was like, I was just like, oh my God, that's how much she makes. I was like, no, you can do it. I make good, I have good dinners. Like I make good. I was so just like,
But that's the thing is that if you don't have debt,
I felt like I had a lot. Right.
I mean, really the biggest, it's cost of living.
Yeah.
Is the biggest thing,
which has
right?
gone up. Hopefully,
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully
if you're,
this is the longest the real estate industry has like been in kind of a downward cyclical cycle
we've
for
definitely
so
been,
long.
we're definitely stuck. They need to figure
Yeah,
something out.
yeah.
At this point,
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
it's pretty intense.
I know.
It's about to get really bad, actually.
Well,
and we could save that for
on
next
that
time.
note,
Jeez.
happy holidays, everybody.
holidays.
We hope you make your mortgage.
Yeah, Omnicon just fired 4,000 people right before the Christmas holiday because of AI.
Oh God.
Yep.
We cannot. I mean, obviously, AI is incredibly interesting, but
We'll talk about it next year.
yeah, poor Chris is telling everyone the world's ending.